Thanks for joining us on Final Drive TV. We are at round 5 of the United States Touring Car Championship. My name is Becky, and joining me today is Nikki.
Great to be here. This weekend we're here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca in Monterey, California.
But we're not alone. We're here with IndyCar and with Indy Lights, and what a spectacular event this has been.
Our drivers and crews cannot be more excited.
Now today, beautiful, cool weather, 75-ish. Yesterday, wow, practice qualifying over 100 degrees. It was a little hard on the drivers, but here today for our race, it's going to be good.
They were really excited. Speaking of those drivers and the crew, let's go talk to them. So, Sean Milburn, how's the weekend going for you?
Weekend's been going pretty good. Yesterday was a little bit rough. I was running on some scrub tires that I used at Sonoma, kind of gauging the field to see where everyone would sit this weekend. I'm playing this as a battle of attrition, so stuck my good tires on for today while everyone's on their scuffs from yesterday, and I'm hoping I can make a good show of it. We'll see who's left standing.
Perfect, good luck.
Thank you very much.
So, Gordon Pun and Reza Arsham, how's the weekend going for you guys?
So far, so good. We've been driving the Genesis a little bit this weekend, and it's really set up very well for this track. A little bit oversteery in the car I'm driving. I don't know about Gordon, but overall the car's been awesome. We're just trying to keep up with these fast guys this weekend. The track's really rubbered in, slick in some areas, but it's been a great weekend. Can't wait to be here.
Same here, but the only for me is today's my first race, and Google Garrett Koenig has given me a great car to start with, and then I'm in car 33 and hope to finish well. Thank you.
Perfect. Good luck, you guys. So, Matt Millian, how's your weekend going?
It's going really well so far. It's a lot of fun being a part of US Touring Car for the first time. Really enjoying it. It's a bit hotter than it was showing on the weather app, so I'm a bit sad about that. But the car's running good, and I'm excited for today.
Perfect. Good luck out there. So, Ben Penn, how's the car working out for you this weekend?
It's holding together. It's our second event out for this car, and there's a lot of development work to go. But we're happy that it's holding together, and we're doing the best we can. So we're good with it.
Perfect. Good luck.
Thank you.
So, Marion Engelke, how was qualifying? How's the race? Tell me about it.
It was wonderful. It felt really good. The track was a little bit greasy during the race, and later in the day there was a lot of rubber, particularly coming out of turn 3 and out of turn 4. I'm not yet catching up to my field. I need to work that, put more work into myself, into basically learning the track and getting just into my zone. I call it my zone. People call it the flow, whatever. So I need to get into my zone. Once I'm there, I'm sure I'm going to be a little bit more competitive, but I'm giving it my best, and I feel I'm personally growing, and I'm really appreciating the opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Perfect. Good luck out there.
Thank you so much. I need it.
So, Bob Accardo, how's your weekend going?
It's going good. We ended up on the podium yesterday with a second place finish, so we're trying real hard. My team is doing an excellent job, especially my car chief, Gary Minnick. He's trying to make me happy. So far, we're struggling a little bit for grip, and I think that's me. But, hopefully we'll find some speed out there in the race. We switched tires, and we're going to hope for the best. So we'll try.
Perfect. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
So, Rito Baumann, how's your weekend going?
Oh, it's one of those weekends with the high and the lows. First practice, we are 6th fastest. We're flying. We're on medium set of old tires. Everything's going well. We go into second practice, and we have an engine failure that puts us out of the weekend. So not exactly what I was hoping for, but we just have to take it on the chin.
Hello everybody, and welcome to round 5 of the United States Touring Car Championship. I'm Kenan Omar, joined by Tom Petrie. Tom, how are you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing excellent, and it's a wonderful day here at Laguna Seca Raceway. We got a completely packed grid. The GT class, ST class, TC class, and SP class all are full of cars. Everyone brought their toys out, ready to play. We're going to see what these guys can do. Tom, what do you think about this grid that you're seeing here?
Oh man, it's wild seeing seeing a sprint car on the grid is in itself is just a crazy sight on a road course.
ATP is going to be sponsoring our grid for today. Let's go ahead and meet some of the drivers. We're at the front of the GT grid. We're going to be having Kip Olson in the number 49 in the Driving Ambition Comtech USA Acura NSX.
Followed by Bob Accardo in the Accurate Arm Chevrolet Camaro.
These two guys are going to be running really fast, two fastest cars out in the group. Next to them is going to be Silas Montgomery in the number 4 MFG Lightning Crown. That's that sprint car out there. I've never seen one at Laguna Seca before.
Yeah, it's a wild sight. Next to him is going to be Daniel Rose in the Rose Construction BMW M3.
Daniel Rose is a regular driver in the United States Touring. We have number 20, Gene Maynette in the Chevrolet Corvette. He's going to be third on the row.
Next to him will be Nick Romano in the Palomar Solar BMW M3.
Both very proficient drivers. We got a good grid up front. Behind them is going to be the number 88 of Victor Chopla in the Cool Box Audi R8.
Next to him will be Nathan Pope in a Honda Prelude.
Yeah, I love seeing a Honda Prelude in the Super Touring class. We'll see what he can do against an Audi R8. Behind him, we're going to have the number 10 of Matthew Rivkin, Victor's teammate in the Cool Box Audi R8 number 2. We got two of those out there.
And next to him will be Kevin Michaels in the Killer Shrimp Racing Chevrolet Corvette.
Yeah, I got two Corvettes out there. Behind them, we're going to have number 28, Bo Borders in the P2i Forgeline SX BMW 335i.
And he's going to round out the back of this starting grid here. It's looking pretty stacked right now.
So on the start of the touring car grid, we have Dave Brown on pole in the Hyundai Genesis for Gary's airbag service.
Next to him will be Reza Arsham in the GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Hyundai Genesis.
Behind him is going to be number 33, Ali Arsham, in the GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Hyundai Genesis. Those are team cars there, very quick.
Next to him will be Larry Banney in the JB Autoworks BMW M3, another thoroughly quick car.
Behind them is going to be the number 11 of Marion Engelke. She's in the Red Panther Motorsports Mitsubishi Evo, a very quick car.
Next to her will be Mark McManus in the Drift Moton Figs Engineering Lexus IS300.
Behind them, Lucas Weissenberg in the Lucas Racing BMW 330i.
Next to him is going to be Matt Million in the Palomar Solar BMW M3. Another team car, a lot of team cars out here.
Behind them is going to be Taz Harvey in the number 8 Tracy Honda Acura Integra. This is the Sportsman grid.
Next to him will be Sean Milburn in the Bay Area Drafting Acura RSX. A lot of front-wheel drive out here. I'd love to see it.
Behind them is going to be Tom Lepper in another front-wheel drive car. It's the number 34 GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Honda Civic.
Next to him will be Sean Zhang in the Waifu Racing by Garage 43 Mazda MX-5.
Yeah, Mazda MX-5s work really well in the Sportsman class. We'll see what this new driver is able to accomplish. Pete Bovenberg is going to be the number 2 MBO Motorsports Roto Wheels Honda Civic.
Next to him is going to be Gary Sheehan in yet another GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Honda Civic this time.
Yeah, it's very rare you get to see Gary in a front-wheel drive car. This should be an interesting race watching him. Behind him is going to be Chris Evertson in the number 37 Speed Traveler BMW 328i.
Next to Chris will be Ben Penn in the GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels BMW 325i.
Yeah, so a couple Beamers to round out the Sportsman grid. Behind him is going to be number 36, Michael McColligan, Ray Bistis, Mazda RX-8.
It's looking like a really stacked grid here. You know, there's a lot of fast guys out here. It's going to make for a very interesting race as we get ready to get up to the green here. What do you think about who are we going to be looking for to really show well here?
Well, it's going to be split into two groups, right? So we're going to have the GT and the ST class go first, and then we're going to have the TC and Sportsman class go after them. So this is going to be the start of GT and ST once this green flag drops. We're going to be looking at the front of the grid here as it goes waving. Looks like the sprint car's stuck in the pits. Looked like he had some kind of penalty before the race even started.
Looks like the NSX gets out to a good lead.
Wow, we got a lot of track margins going on. He's trying to run it up the inside in the Cool Box Audi R8.
You see, looking for just looking up the inside, getting inside of that Corvette.
Yeah, Nate Pope in that Prelude. That Prelude's going to have a significant weight advantage against these cars. I'm curious to see how he's going to use it at Laguna Seca.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get on the power a lot earlier too with that front wheel drive. He doesn't have to worry about that oversteer. It's
all right. Oh, here we go. This is the touring car and sportsman launch. Oh, it looks like Marion gets a pretty bad launch off the start. Let's see what happens here. Oh my gosh, we got someone going super wide around Sean Milburn there. Doesn't look like they're able to get it done.
Looks like McCulloughan bringing up the rear, just trying to stay out of trouble in the back.
Yeah, we'll see what turn 2 brings. Really interesting corner at the start of the race here at Laguna Seca.
There's a lot of people going too wide through that first hairpin.
Yeah, they all managed to get it done.
Trying to work everything out. We have to remember this is a bit of a longer race, so we want to make sure that stay out of trouble in the beginning.
As we're now back to the front of the GT field and Super Touring, we got a blend of cars going in here. It looks like the fields are all mixed up. These guys are going to be hunting each other down. We're on board with the Coolbox IDR8 as they are chasing down these GT leaders.
Chasing down his teammate by the looks of it.
Yeah, we got Kip out front. He seems to just have made an absolute breakaway as they're going on to the start-finish here.
Looks like the Audi R8 coming up on that Camaro and the Corvette, looking for a way around there. See that sprint car in the back.
Yeah, the sprint car got him. he got him from the pit lane. We're back at the sportsman field now, jumping around on board with Michael McCulloughan as they're going up the hill from turn 6. Looks like the sportsman cars are all evened out now. The touring cars are settling themselves out. We're following them down the corkscrew right now. Everyone is piling together.
Oh, almost went for a dive there. Almost hit, it looked like Pete Bovenberg.
Yeah, and as they come into turn 11, we got the leader in touring car currently, Larry Banney, trying to fend off some of the cars behind.
They really looked like they were just pushing each other through that turn.
Going through turn 3, we're watching these guys get a little bit stretched out. We're seeing what the pace looks like compared to the GT and ST cars. Those ST cars are going to start falling off. Of course, they are out of class, so they are not racing against GT. We'll see what this sprint car can do getting through this field. He is in GT, and he's making his way through the Super Touring field.
It's a wild sight to see a sprint car racing on a road course. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
And the funny part is he's actually doing well. Like he's actually able to hang with these guys. Look, he's going for a pass on Daniel Rose, and he's in class.
That's not a sight to see all the time. Looks like a little squirrely by one of the Genesis coupes there.
Yeah, that's gonna be Gary Sheehan. And it looks like we got quite a space going on. Sean Milburn spacing out from Gary Sheehan behind.
They're really pulling away from the rest of the sportsman class. It looks like real experienced driver. Really knows what he's doing. Fast at Laguna Seca.
Yeah, we're on board now with Taz Harvey as he's going to be entering turn 6. It's looking like he's trying to chase down the current sportsman leader of Matt Million, with Lucas Weissenberg being right behind him.
We're going to take a quick commercial break here, and we'll be right back after this short interruption.
Watch the show that's about real car builds. Road trips to meet real legends. Real garage projects. Real tool reviews. And lots of real fun along the way. Watch Real Garage with Andy. Just visit YouTube and search for Real Garage with Andy.
And we're back to the action following Kip Olson as he's leading out front of the GT field all by his lonesome. Has a huge strep to the car behind.
That's a huge lead that he's pulled on everybody else.
And it looks like the cars behind are fighting. Bob seems to have shaken his opponent behind. The sprint cars, he's chasing him down. He's not giving up.
We see the two team Audi R8s there. Real fast cars, both keeping up pretty well.
Yeah, these are going to be our current Super Touring leaders, 1 and 2 here, as they're trying to make it through.
Trying to chase down the back of the GT class by the looks of it.
Yeah, they're chasing by the back of the GT class here. And they're going to be coming into the corkscrew now. Looks like they're coming upon some lap traffic. That's going to be Michael McCulloughan in the sportsman class of cars. These cars are much faster than his, so he has no choice but to yield here.
That's going to be
like
about
Super Touring cars. They're coming up on them hard. They're really trying to catch these Audi R8s.
Wow, what a battle we have going here. It's this race is going to be a real game of who can avoid traffic, catching traffic in the worst place. The Prelude pulling up on the back of that BMW.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that Prelude keeping up. Back to the front of the touring car grid, all these touring cars are running so close to each other. It's really awesome to see. Looks like we got Larry Banney that's Gary Trudeau leading out front, followed by Larry Banney and then Reza Arsham behind.
It looks like, those two Hyundai Genesis coupes really sandwiching that BMW there. It looks like one of the ST cars having a little bit of an issue coming back on track.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there. Could have been some kind of issue, had to make a judgment call, but of course, in sprint racing, if you come off the track, that's your race over.
So we see Gary here, looks like leading the pack. That Acura Integra, the NSX catching everybody out here.
He's making his way through turn 3. He's driving by his lonesome, so hopefully he's being a little courteous to these drivers that are trying to have a race with each other. That's a good spot to overtake through here. Taz is driving by himself. Looks like he's got quite a stretch in the sportsman field. Back to Gary Trudeau out front as they're climbing up the hill through turn 5. Still a tight 1, 2, 3 here in the touring car class, as Larry Banney is sandwiched in the middle of those cars.
Looks like the rest of back of GT here, followed by those two R8s. It's going to be, we might be able to get to see a good battle between the front of the ST cars here.
Yeah, it's looking like Nick Romano's catching up in that Palomar Solar BMW M3. He's catching these R8s. It's looking really close. And then we got the Prelude right behind him, keeping up. This is going to be Dave Brown, Gary's Airbag Service.
It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a game for those R8s to just stay out of catching too much traffic and really giving up that advantage that they have right now over the Prelude.
Yeah, especially in the tire department there, they're going to have a huge advantage. But as Dave is coming through turn 10 here, he's going to be making it into 11 with quite a gap to the cars behind. It looks like Gary Sheehan might be challenging Larry Banney. And we have Kip coming up on all of these guys. Thankfully, it's on the main straight. He shouldn't interfere with them too much.
Yeah, that's a good place to catch them. He's going to want to just sail around them and get out of their way.
Yep, and there he goes.
A little deep into turn 2 by the looks of it. Looks like that NSX went a little wide. Finally gets around Dave Brown here in that Hyundai Genesis coupe. Pulling a little bit of a gap on the rest of touring car here. Dave is a really fast driver. We see his experience really coming into play here, staying ahead.
Yeah, it's good of him to be doing that as well. I saw a Genesis being cut off from the field by Taz Harvey in the sportsman class. We'll see if he's able to catch 1, 2, 3 in touring car.
Really incredible the gap that that NSX has pulled on the rest of the field right now.
All right, back to this is going to be Matt Million in his BMW M3. He is clear of the sportsman field, completely gone. We got Lucas a decent amount behind him, so he is still within a range of a mistake, but Matt seems to have this on lock. I mean, he's going into turn 4. We can't even see Lucas yet, and we're going to see Lucas right about now. So he's got quite a big gap. We'll see if he can hold it. Let's see if he doesn't make any mistakes. And then, of course, third position of Taz Harvey. He's going to be mixed up in those field, the touring cars, and we'll see what happens to Taz. Yeah, here they come.
Really seems like the theme of the race here is the leaders really pulling away, kind of stretching their legs and just getting into that clear air so that they can, just do their thing. They don't want to catch any traffic. Like we said, if you catch traffic in the wrong place, it's going to be a nightmare trying to get around somebody.
Yeah, and here's Taz. I think really what happened, why these leaders are so far out ahead, is they got so mixed up with out-of-class cars right out of the gate that whoever was in front of the classes just got the biggest break of their life. So they got to just keep running while everyone was struggling with each other.
Looks like coming through the corkscrew here, we have Matt Million in that blue E36, followed by Lucas Weissenberg in that white E46.
And then, of course, we have Kip coming down the corkscrew behind him. He's running some crazy fast times consistently all race long. Taz Harvey's going to be coming into the corkscrew. He's still following this touring car field, so hopefully this Genesis can find a way by if he's going to try and catch his competition.
Yeah, the Genesis coupe of Ollie Arsham looks like he's chasing down that white Integra. You see Dave Brown here coming around, still holding on to that lead. And Kip in that NSX really going for that Pass Everybody award.
Here we're going to have the sportsman field and that super touring field all mixed up together. They're all trying to find their way by. And we still got the Prelude right behind Nick Romano as they're trying to fight their way through the sportsman grid.
Yeah, those Audi R8s really fighting their way through traffic. We see that Corvette past the Honda Civic of Gary Sheehan, I believe.
Yeah, let's see if these guys don't split them too much. We're hitting a straightaway, so these guys should all be able to get by clean. Looks like Nick was able to make it on the inside for turn 11, and we're going to have this Audi absolutely flying away from this sportsman field.
Yeah, you can see the power difference there between the front of the ST field and the front of the sportsman field. Going for a little dive on that E36, it makes it work. Oh, and a little wiggle by that R8, and that's going to be our cue to take a little commercial break. All right, welcome back on board the number 29 Chevrolet Camaro of Bob Accardo.
It's going to be his turn to get through this sportsman field. He's coming up on Michael McColligan, clean pass. It's also coming up on Ben, gets by as they're entering the corkscrew. He's still chasing down Kip, but he's got a long way to go. We'll see if he can get anywhere close by the time this race is over.
Yeah, the speed differential between these classes is amazing sometimes when you get a good view of it like that. We see Kip coming down, getting around that Corvette in the ST class.
And we still have Matt Millian pushing ahead. He's running some really fast times for sportsmen. And he's hanging really well with this field, just driving a race of his own.
All right, Bob Accardo going down the straight here. Looks like he's catching up to another sportsman car in the Lexus IS300 of Mark McManus.
And you can see the speed difference there as he just overtakes him pretty easily. And now he's behind Taz Harvey. And it looks like all he's been able to get around Taz, so he can continue to chase down the touring car field.
A little loose on that Chevy Camaro of Bob Accardo.
Yeah, Bob is now going to need to get around Taz. Should be pretty easy with such a speed difference. The problem with sportsmen and touring cars sometimes is those cars run decently even paces sometimes, depending on track conditions and stuff like that. So sometimes getting around each other can kind of tangle, but when you got one of the slowest classes with one of the fastest classes, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, it's always a little bit tricky. You know, you have some fast guys in the slower class, and you have some slower guys in the fast class, so it can get mixed up a little bit.
All right, we're back on board with Matt in the Audi R8. He's chasing down. Oh, a little bit of smoke there. What's going on? Oh, he's wide. Looks like the
problem with the Corvette.
Yeah, he's broken down. A big smoke cloud. Hopefully there's no fluids for everyone else coming up.
That could be a big problem if that engine blew up. There could be a lot of oil on the track.
Yeah, he is dragging it all the way through as well. And he's continuing on.
Looks like he's not going to pull into the pits here. Maybe he thinks it's something that's not going to cause too big of an issue. But yeah, that's a lot of smoke. I would be really worried about that if I was anybody following him.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say. All these guys behind, they got to be crossing their fingers it's not fluid down. As they come out of 11, though, not too much tire spin, so it might not be too bad. It seems to be gone now as well.
Dave Brown in that red and white Hyundai Genesis Coupe looks like really extending the lead there over the rest of touring car.
Yeah, and Reza was able to make it by Larry Banney there. So he's in second position now. Great job by Reza getting by.
See, going up to the corkscrew here, you might see a little bit of a dive going into the turn. It looked like they were kind of close.
Yeah, we'll see if Reza was able to manage to cover that inside. Well, Dave just runs away with it. Here they come. Looks like he was able to successfully defend as they come down a little bit too close to that corkscrew there. Brushed a little bit about that curb.
Really rough there. You see the blue E36 of Matt Millian coming through the final turn.
Yeah, Lucas right behind him. So Lucas is keeping him honest. So Matt's not just completely running away with it. Lucas is there. And now we got Taz, who's in third place. Something's going on behind him. Looks like he's checking his mirror. Could be that he has now been caught by the rest of the sportsman grid. And here comes Marion and Blake.
See that white Evo.
Yeah. Nathan Pope, and then it's going to be Mark McManus. We got a bunch of out-of-class cars as the white flag waves.
It's going to be the final lap for these guys. You know, this is the make or break time here. If there's a move to be had, we're going to see it.
Yeah, it looks like Bob passing the white flag now. There's no way he catches Kip at this point unless Kip makes a catastrophic error. He's there multiple seconds. But this is really what to be watching here. We got Dave Brown, and then it looks like he split a significant gap away from these two guys fighting for position as Larry Banney goes for the dive on Reza here.
Not
we'll see
quite
if he
close
can make
enough.
it go, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. Reza should hold this position here.
See, coming over the corkscrew, we have
Michael McColligan. And then we got Ben behind him, followed by Pete Bovenberg.
What a close race here, even down to the end.
Yeah, these are all the sportsman cars just piled together looking for their last position.
There's Kip. He's going to be looking for the checkered flag when he comes around.
Yep, Michael does have some space. There's no way Ben should be able to take him here in the last corner of the race.
Oh, a little move in the back there. Civic on Civic crime.
Yeah, we'll see if Gary Sheehan can make it around. And it doesn't look like he'll be able to. On that outside, it makes it really hard.
Now this is going to be the white flag for the back, the final cars coming by. But Kip in that NSX is going to take the checkered flag here.
And that's going to be our race. Very good racing from the United States Touring Car Championship. A little bit of lockup from Gary at the end there.
All right, looking at our results here, we have at the top of GT, Kip Olson, followed by Bob Accardo and Daniel Rose rounding out that podium.
Super Touring class, we're going to have Victor Chopla. He's going to be winning in Super Touring, followed by Gene Maynette and Matthew Rivkin, both Audi R8s on podium.
In Touring Car class, we have Gary Trudeau, Larry Banney, and Gary Sheehan rounding out the top three.
Yeah, great racing from those guys. And then in sports, we got Matt Millian, Lucas Weissenberg, and Taz Harvey taking it home in a large sportsman field. So that's going to be it for round 5 of the United States Touring Car Championship here at Laguna Seca. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at USTCC for more content. Catch us next time for round 6 at Laguna Seca again. We'll see you there.